Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to set up the Immerse with Migaku browser extension and the Migaku Dictionary Plus add-on. So let's just take a look. First, just double click to install the Migaku Dictionary Plus Anki add-on. Okay, once it's installed, you have to restart Anki, and if you already have dictionaries installed, you can simply go into the add-ons folder, go to view files on Migaku Dictionary Plus, then find the other installation of the other add-on by its code. So if you want to find the Migaku Dictionary add-on, not the Plus version, you'll find it by its Anki code here. Then you want to go into it and copy its user files, and then paste the user files into the Migaku Dictionary folder here and overwrite all the other files. That way you won't have to install your dictionaries again, and they'll be automatically installed. So I had to actually install the dictionaries on my add-on, so just one moment while those are installed. Okay, the dictionaries have all been installed. So once you have the dictionaries installed, you want to simply unzip the Immerse with Migaku zip file, and you can unzip it anywhere, but I'm going to go ahead and unzip it on the desktop because it will be easier to show you guys. Then if you have the accent audio, you also want to go ahead and unzip that, and then you want to place it within the Immerse with Migaku browser extension folder. Once you've done that, you're ready to get the browser extension set up. To get the browser extension set up, simply open Google Chrome, go into extensions, and then turn on developer mode. Once you have developer mode, what you want to do is load an unpacked extension. And then of course you just want to navigate to that file. Or not that file, I should say that folder. Okay, and then you want to just select the folder, and it will go ahead and install the Immerse with Migaku 0.0.1 version. Okay, once you've done that, the extension is ready to go, but you need to do one more thing. You need to go into your Migaku dictionary settings, so you can press Control W to open the dictionary. Let's go ahead and turn night mode on, and then you want to go into browser downloads and choose the directory in Google Chrome where your downloaded files go. You can find that by going into your settings and just typing in downloads, and you will find the directory here. Then you can copy and paste it and go ahead and paste it in here. And then just select that folder. And then you will see that your download directory will now be set. Now, there is an option to convert the extension audio to MP3. This is for compatibility reasons, because if I remember correctly, the mobile version still has some issues with WAV files, which is the default that is recorded through the Chrome extension. So if you want to convert the extension audio to MP3, then you have to make sure that you install FFmpeg, and you can see the directions here. I will go ahead and paste the directions along with the links. If you need any help installing this, I'm going to actually make a video in the near future about how to install FFmpeg so that you can so that it can be used alongside the dictionary add-on and the browser extension to convert to MP3 during the card creation process. But I already have this installed, and so therefore I'm gonna go ahead and just click to convert to MP3. But it works either way. It works as WAV files as well. And then delete. So the browser extension actually works by downloading the screenshot and WAV file into your downloads folder. Now, if you don't have any permission issues, then you can go ahead and press delete extension media, and once Anki has copied those files into your Anki profiles media directory, then it will delete them from your downloads folder automatically. So I'm going to go ahead and check that off and check this off. So if you guys have any issues with permissions, then you will see an error once Anki tries to delete that file. But if you do have those issues, you should go ahead and let me know on the server, and we'll get to the bottom of it and see if we can't make it so that those files are automatically deleted for you. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. Okay, then we're ready to go. Restart your dictionary, and then you're good. So then we can go ahead and try the browser extension. Now you can click the extension button, go ahead and pin it so that you have easy access to it. Now guys, before I begin, I want to tell you that it's a work in progress. This is more just a proof of concept version than anything. Now, you can already use it to make cards easily while immersing, and you can use it to mark your known and unknown words as well. However, there are some issues with the parser and just some issues with the styling getting messed up, but that's only because I have not invested resources into those areas heavily yet. So the styling will be fixed in the very near future, and the parsing will actually be greatly improved, because in fact I have actually worked and made this parser have the potentiality to be much better than the parser in the current Migaku Japanese add-on. In the future, I plan for the Migaku Japanese add-on and the Immerse with Migaku browser extension to use the same parser. So keep that in mind. And then keep in mind that right now, extra features are only available for Japanese, but that the scaffolding to allow for any language is already implemented, and the implementations of some other languages are already started. So in the very near future, we will have that. Okay, now, so let me just get down and dirty then, guys. Okay, so first and foremost, you may want to go ahead and import your known words from Anki. Now, to get your known words imported from Anki, you actually want to go into Anki, go into Tools, go into, I guess you can go into Add-ons, just go to View Files. Then when you're in View Files, you want to go into Anki 2. Then you just want to find a profile that you want to import from. Then find the collection.anki2 file, okay? That's what you're going to want. So once you have that, you want to copy this. You want to copy the location. And then from here, you want to import words from Anki. Click that. and then paste the location in, and then select your collection.anki2 file. Now this is going to take some time. I'm going to add a progress bar in the next version, but as I said, guys, this is a proof of concept, and there are a lot more features planned, and the robustness is going to be greatly increased in the very near future. So I do know it's a little flimsy. It can, it can break down here and there, but in the very near future, it will be a lot more robust. Anyways, when the import is done, you will see your known word count and your learning word count update. Now, guys, keep in mind that all of your words from all of your decks are counted. So if you have your kanji deck, it's probably best to just go ahead and export that and delete it, and then import your words from Anki. That way, those are not counted. In a future version, you will be able to select which decks to not count. But for now, you can't do that, okay? For now, you can't do that, and it just counts all of your decks. All of the words in all of your decks. So for now, that's the system, but that will be changed in the very near future. So once you've done that, you can see that we have 6,767 known words and 1,375 learning words. Now, known words are words with are words that are on at least one card with a 21-day or greater interval. Those are considered known, just as like in Anki. We can change this in the future. We can talk about it, and we can come up with what ideas we think are best. So yeah, we can decide that in the near future. Now, the word browser right now is pretty plain. In the future, you will be able to change your learning status here as well, and then you will simply just be able to add a known word as well. But for now, this is as it is. Okay, so once we have our known words imported, let's go read some news. So let's read about, actually, let's keep it not political, huh? Let's read, maybe we can, never mind, this is only on the Patreon. Let's read about Xi Jinping, right? Xi Jinping. Okay, so here we go. We want to make sure, first of all, I don't need this open because we're not testing anymore. So, okay, then you want to go ahead and make sure that the Migaku toolbar is enabled, and then you need to reload the page. Okay, then once you've reloaded the page, you will see the toolbar come up. The toolbar, sometimes it glitches out on some websites, like I said before, but I will fix that in the near future, so just keep that in mind for now. Anyways, right now, the only language that works on all websites is Japanese, okay? And also, it doesn't save your presets at the moment, but it will in the very in the very next version. It'll save your presets. So each time you actually have to manually select how you want to parse a page. So just keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and go through these one at a time. So highlight with kanji means that every word will be color coded with. Right now you can't change the colors, guys, but in the very next version, hopefully in the very next version, you'll be able to change the colors in the settings page as well. But right now it's just this, it's just a proof of concept. So, and thank you for supporting that proof of concept, because I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna, this is gonna be a real banger here. here in a little while, it's gonna be a real banger. Anyways, guys, if you have the audio, installed, you can go ahead and wait. I need to turn down this volume, huh? Hold on, it's probably really loud. Okay, then you can go ahead and click the audio button at any time to go ahead and play the audio. Or you can actually just click the word to play the audio. We can decide the functionality that we prefer later. But because right now I just put some functionality in with some ideas about how that functionality might, be able to be used. Okay. So guys, so you can see that's highlighting and kanji. Okay. You can also parse with no highlighting and just kanji. And then it looks the same, but actually when you hover over it, all of that functionality is also added, as you can see. Okay. And then right now you have to reload, but soon you'll be able to hit an unparse button as well, or reparse or something like that. We can talk about what we want and we'll make it happen. Okay, then there's of course just regular furigana mode, which adds furigana to all of the words. You can go ahead and turn that off. Then of course we can combine it, furigana and parse, and coloring. Or we can even do just kana. If you're just like a kana diehard fan, we can go ahead and just change. See, some of them. See, there's a issue here and there. Shu, for some reason, they just don't want to change that to kana right now. But we'll get it. So, anyways, you can see that we can just read in kana, and then we can actually hover over the word and see the kanji. So, if you're just a kana fan, hey, here you go. You're good to go. And then you can, of course, listen to it and learn that pitch accent. Now, this is, guys, if I do decide, I don't know yet, but now that I'm, have to be at the front of a brand myself, I might really consider learning pitch accent. And that's why I made sure that this feature was in here, because I think, yeah, this will be really helpful. Okay, so while you're reading, you can, practice your pitch and different things. Oh, and something I have planned is, of course, to, eventually, it depends on the priority that we vote on, but I plan to program the actual pitch accent rules into this system, so that way it will actually be accurate for compound words, conjugations, etc. So that's not a problem. We can go ahead and program that in coming up here, depending on the priority that we choose on the server. Okay, next but not least is just the pitch shapes. Pitch shapes are just triangles, or not triangles, they're diamonds that are added after a word to signal. But pitch shapes I think they only work when highlighting is on, pretty sure. So you have to put highlighting on, and then you can see here, for example, that when there are multiple readings, or not readings, I should say accents for a given word, then it will show both of them. It'll show a diamond to notify you that there are multiple accents. So just so that you keep it in mind, because maybe when you hear the word while immersing, it helps you to pay attention to which accent it is that people are actually using. Okay, so at any time we can also press the search button to go ahead and search it in the dictionary. And a new feature that I've added to the dictionary is that actually it will always pop up when you search now. Before, I know that wasn't in, and it was probably not very usable as a result of that. But like I said, we weren't prioritizing any of these add-ons. Now I am, guys. Now I am. So we can easily just search and actually use it as we would like, And then, of course, I forget the hotkeys, but there's a hotkey to add a sentence. But in the very near future, I'm going to make it so that each sentence is given its own Anki button next to it, so you can just go ahead and just press the Anki button and add those sentences instantly. So that's going to happen in probably the next version, hopefully. I guess we can decide on the priority order of these things when we have a chat. What I really like to do is just go ahead and probably do a voice chat with you guys and see what direction we should go and what is the priority that support. At the end of the day, what is the priority that supporters want the work done in? Because I have some ideas, but I'm not sure necessarily what you guys would find the most value in as well. So we'll talk about it. Okay, sorry about not just getting straight to the point, but I want to talk to you guys a little bit too, because you're my first supporters here, and the first Migaku supporters, and I really appreciate it. So I do want to reach out a little bit to you guys. Okay, so another thing that's very cool is that we can see the actual word statuses, or the learning status. Maybe I should change that to learning status. We can talk about it. We can see the learning statuses of each word. Now, guys, keep in mind, the deck I imported was just one of you guys's from the old MIA server. It was the deck of someone from the old MIA server, so this is not my deck. Okay, keep that in mind. But you can see this signifies that there was a card in a deck that contained the word shokuryo with less than 21 days, right? With less than 21 days as its interval. If you actually already just know this word, you can set it to known, and you can see that it instantly disappears. Or you can set it to unknown. Say you don't really know it well. You can go ahead and set it to unknown, okay? And then it will just be as you expected. It'll just be unknown, highlighted red. So I guess the goal is kind of to get everything to known and get rid of all of the underlines, which was the goal when I read my books. If you've seen my video about it, I used to underline in red words that I didn't know when I was reading. So this is like very similar to that. Anyways, guys, let's look at Netflix, which is probably what most of you guys have been waiting for. Now, mind you, we'll use Terrace House because I know a lot of you guys like that. So keep in mind that this functionality is going to be added to many video sites. I'm going to add it to many video sites, not only Netflix. So just be on the lookout for that. It's coming. Okay, so go ahead and just press enter. And then it will load. Right now, you guys have to reload the page. In the very near future, you won't need to, okay? But once you reload the page, then you can go ahead and, of course, AWSD goes back, I shouldn't say that. A goes to the previous subtitle. D goes to the next subtitle. S starts over at the beginning of the current subtitle. S, you see, S, okay. Then, W hides the subtitles at any time. You can just hide them or show them. So you can just go ahead and show them at any time. Okay, next is the subtitle browser. You can open the subtitle browser. And at any time, if you highlight a word and then press the search button, you can search it. You can highlight a word here, press this search button. It doesn't matter. If something is highlighted and you press a search button, it will search. I have an idea in the future that these buttons are going to go at the bottom of, instead of having one of these buttons on all of the rows, I'm going to go ahead and just put one at the bottom here, and then just buttons like a check mark button to check off for the subtitles you want to record, for example. Anyways, let's go ahead and just make an Anki card. So let's say we're Kyo wa eto. This might be a great beginner sentence, right? Maybe not. There's not a whole lot of meaning. Well, I guess if you want to learn eto, it's a good filler word for Japanese. So if you wanted to learn that, then I guess it's a good, opportunity to do that. So go ahead and just press guys, you have to allow recording. This is an extension requirement. So there's no way to not have to allow recording for a tab before. So once you've allowed recording, then you will see this icon at the top right. That signifies recordings allowed. Then go ahead and just press the button. And then you will see it pop up. Now, the first time, it might take a while if you're using FFmpeg because it has to load FFmpeg up. And then once it's loaded up, the card will go ahead and be added. Let's go ahead and set up. I don't have a template set up, so we can't actually add cards. So let's go ahead and very quickly set up a template. In the next version of the Migaku Dictionary add-on, I'm going to go ahead and add default templates here, like for example, sentence card, kanji card. We can also do a vocabulary card, of course, including the high quality vocabulary cards that a lot of you guys like and that I'm actually interested in later doing, finding out the effectiveness of, because so many people seem to, live by those things. So perhaps they are deadly effective, and we got to check that out in the near future. Okay, anyways, add export template. We want to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and add it to the Migaku Japanese note type. So let's send the sentence to expression. Word field can go at the top of the meaning. I guess there's not. I think in the future I'm going to change the Migaku Japanese note type so that there is a word field, because that way you can just add cards while you're immersing, and then later just use the dictionary add-on to add in all of the definitions later. And that way you don't really have to break your immersion to make cards, unless you want to, because maybe you do want to actually select the definition that is used. That's also a possibility. It's up to you. Whatever your guys' preference is, you can use that. Okay, so next is the audio field, and unspecified dictionaries will go in meaning. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and save that as, we can just save it as a Migaku sentence, because this is in fact the sentence card. Of course, you can put the sentence on the back, make a vocabulary card if you'd like as well. Go ahead and save that. Go ahead and apply. Let's go ahead and restart the dictionary, and let's go ahead and add that sentence. Actually, let's go ahead and add that sentence again.
No.
Okay, and we can play the audio.
No.
Okay, go ahead and add it. And then we can go ahead and open the Anki browser and see that it's been added. Now, if you have the dictionary, or not the dictionary add-on, if you have the Japanese add-on installed, you can go ahead and see that it's instantly added the pitch graphs and things to it. And I'll be working in the near future to actually upgrade this Japanese add-on, and it's gonna be, just put it this way, it's gonna be a lot better. Think how I was able to make the Migaku browser extension in a short amount of time here, guys. Imagine if I just put that same amount of time into improving the Japanese add-on. I guarantee you I can raise the quality of it greatly. I can greatly increase the quality of it. Okay, so next is, here's some other cards. Let's go ahead and delete all these cards so that it's very clear which cards we're making together, okay? Okay, guys, so then what we can do, let's say we've had enough. We want to go ahead and get down and dirty and parse these little subtitles. Now, this takes a moment, guys. I haven't really worked at making everything as fast and efficient as possible yet. So for now, it might be a little bit slow, etc. But it's not that bad, right? I mean, it's not too bad yet. And then, guys, don't try to parse a really, really long page, like an entire book. In the future, I'm going to add a feature where you can just highlight text, right-click, and then open it in a new tab, and then read it with the Migaku, the Immerse with Migaku extension. But for now, we don't have that yet. So, anyways, as you can see, we have no unknown words in this sentence. Let's find a sentence with one unknown word. Guys, you can right-click this tab, anywhere on this tab, to jump to that subtitle. Okay, so we can see that daihon is the unknown word, and it's highlighted in yellow. In the future, we can talk about how we want to show one target sentences, but for now, it's just highlighted in yellow. Of course, we can decide later. Now, whenever you have a sentence with an unknown word, you can simply press, that is a sentence that has already been parsed with an unknown word. If you press the search button, it will search all of those unknown words. So let's look here. This sentence has 3 unknown words. We can search it, and you can see that it'll search all of them, and then we can go ahead and just read the sentence, put it up here, and then read the sentence. Oh, okay, fantastic. We know what's going on here, okay? So that's kind of the idea. And now, this feature is obviously not yet applicable for other languages because we don't have learning statuses implemented for other languages yet. Okay, but of course, say we wanted to switch to English, we can still search. It's gonna come up in German right now because I don't have an English dictionary installed. But then we can go ahead and add a card in the same manner. But there's just not any of those extra features implemented for English yet. But keep in mind those will be coming. Also, I think probably a lot of you want the English subtitles below the Japanese subtitles or something. I know they do that on the first of all, I did that with a yoga player 2 years ago. It's about 2 years ago now, right? Okay, so I did that with the yoga player, 2 years ago. So I do know that a lot of people see value in that. So I'll be adding that in the very near future. But for now, we only have a single subtitle track. Okay, but yeah, that's really easy to do. I just haven't, I've been working so hard that I just haven't had a chance. You guys might be able to see that I've been doing quite a lot right now, so therefore I just didn't have the time to do that as well yet. Okay, guys, and at any time, if you try to press export 1T, it'll tell you only Japanese supports export one target sentences right now. So let's go back to Japanese. Let's go ahead and do the word status thing, but this time we'll just keep it as plain text and only do word statuses. Again, it takes a moment. Does take a bit of a moment, and then we can see that word status as well. We know all the words in this sentence. Fantastic. Okay, so we can see that the word statuses have been updated. The learning statuses. We can press the export 1T button, and just the 1T sentences will be exported. You can see a bit of how that works in the introduction video to the Immerse with Migaku extension, but just keep in mind, guys, this is a limitation of taking screenshots. You can only take screenshots of the active tab. So when you're exporting, first of all, it will mute this entire tab so that you can go ahead and keep browsing or doing other activities without the audio interfering with whatever else you're doing on your computer. However, if you're on a different tab, then the screenshots will not be captured because you have to have this as the active tab. Even if you're in another window, like say I was in the settings window here, but you see it's another window, then as long as you're in this settings window, screenshots cannot be taken of that. That's a security feature, okay? So it can't be. There is a potential way to get around that I've thought of, but we can talk about it. But for now, make sure that this tab is focused, and then you can export one target sentences at any time. You can, though, use another browser. Say you want to use Firefox to watch Netflix while you export using Chrome. That you can do. So keep that in mind. Okay, so you can export in Chrome while immersing with something different in Firefox. Okay, let's go ahead and actually just export so I can show you. So we're gonna go ahead and export. Now there is one thing that is that I recommend you guys do actually. So in order to export cards, we need to first of all, where the heck is the add window? Oh, let me press Control W. Where's my dictionary? There it is. Okay, one thing you want to do, and let's go ahead and search. Oh, I'm on English here. Okay, let's go ahead and search like Nihon, for example, and then add it. Start making a card with it. Let's actually clear that card. Make sure you select Add Netflix Card automatically. Okay, now this you have to select every time. In the future, I'll make it so that this feature saves, but for now, you have to click it every time you start an importing process. Okay, then one other thing you want to do is make sure you're on one tab mode, because whenever you add an Anki card, it's going to automatically search the words in the dictionary. And if you're adding all of those cards, it's going to search a million words while you're adding those cards. Well, I guess it will only search 270 words in this case because it's going to export 270 cards, right? And there's only one unknown word. However, you probably don't want it to do that. So for now, select just one tab and it will just continue to search in this single tab, which won't cause any lag spikes or anything. In the future, I will make it so that when you're using the automatic adding features, it does not search words. And one other thing that I'll do in the future is I will add a progress bar so that you can actually see the progress on the recording, okay, guys? But for now, that is not added. We'll talk about it and we'll get a priority list set up. Okay, so pretty much you're ready to go at this point. I'm going to open the card browser so that you can see it in action as the cards are added. Okay, another thing is just that don't mess with the tab while this process is happening. Right now, like I said, it's not robust yet. I will make it robust in the future, but for now, you don't want to interfere with it. In the future, I'll make it so that you can't interfere with the process unless you want to cancel it. Right now, you can't also cancel the process. If you want to cancel the process, just refresh the tab. That will cancel the process. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and start the export process. As you can see, it's muted during this time. But it will, of course, actually get the audio for you. Where's the browser? Where the heck is the darn browser? Okay, here we go. It's going. So we can see it's adding the cards. And we'll add all of the unknown, the one target cards only. So I'm going to just let it go through like 10, 15 of them. And then I will show you that it's added. Preview. Okay, here we go. Hopefully that issue doesn't happen. It might be because I'm recording. I'm actually going to do this while I'm not recording and then see if that issue happens or not. Okay, guys. Yeah, I did it when I wasn't running OBS and it seems to be a lot better. It's not perfect, though. I think it's to do with how busy my computer is right now. Unfortunately, I have a million things going. So if you guys have problems with this, I'll make sure to get it fixed, so worry not. Yeah, it's a lot better now, but if there are a lot of problems with recording in mass like this, just let me know and we will get to the bottom of it for sure. Yeah, it's a lot better this time. Okay, so yeah, it's something to do with if your computer is way too occupied, then it might, stutter a bit when recording. I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do about making, that not happen to the best of my ability. Okay, guys, last but not least, there are just different reading or different subtitle modes. For example, reading mode pauses right before. Pauses right before any subtitles, you can see. And then we have recall mode, which pauses after a subtitle. So you can listen and then see if you're hearing it correctly. And it will actually, as you guys can see, it also sets the video back slightly so that you can start right at the beginning of the next subtitle. Do you see what I'm saying? Because if it didn't set it back, then you're going to already be at the start of the next subtitle and then you won't be able to listen to all of it. So that's why it goes back a little bit. See, it goes back a little bit before it starts the next one. And then hidden right now just actually turns off subtitles. In the future, when you pause it, it will also it'll show back up. But for now, it just turns them off. Okay, guys, that's it for the Immerse with Migaku browser extension guide. I hope it was all right, and I hope if you guys have any questions that you can just ask me on the Discord server. Thanks a lot, guys, and that's it for today. Bye bye.